And in sports, Jeta Choram punches his way to state title belt in Arunachal Pro Boxing, defeats Dio Remo in trailing encounter. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to this edition of the news. Before we begin, a quick look at the headlines. Limison D. Sangma elected as Deputy Speaker of Meghalaya Legislative Assembly unopposed. Government's proposal to relocate 4 CRPF camps faces opposition from local Dorbar Shnongs. Amid confusion over Meghalaya education grant, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma says government has no intention to take over deficit schools. And government begins talks on GHADC reforms, considers bailout package. The news in detail. Raksam Grey MLA Limison D. Sangma was today elected as the Deputy Speaker of Meghalaya Legislative Assembly unopposed. This was announced by Assembly Speaker Thomas Sangma. The newly elected Deputy Speaker was escorted to his seat by Chief Minister Conrad Sangma and Opposition Leader Dr. Mukul Sangma. It may be mentioned that only Limison Sangma had filed his nomination for the post, while opposition did not file any candidate.
I feel very happy for being elected to me as the Deputy Speaker, being uncontested unopposed. So I'm very much happy and I'm thankful to everyone, to our party bosses and to other parties for being elected me unopposed. Thank you. During these 2.5 years, I'll try to serve the Sabos House with sincerity, integrity and dignity, without having any distinction, whether it be from the ruling party or from the opposition party. I'll give an equal opportunity to raise their voices for the benefit of the people, for all people.
The Meghalaya government's plan to relocate 4 temporary CRPF camps, including one at Maulai, to a single site in New Shillong Township has stalled due to strong opposition from local Dorbar Shnongs. Deputy Chief Minister Preston Tinsong told the Assembly that although 10 acres were earmarked for the project in 2022, resistance from residents began even before an MOU was signed. The government still considers the land designated for the camps and aims to engage traditional institutions to resolve the impasse.
Sir, in 2022, in fact, we have already decided that temporary camp of about 4 places where we camp the CRPF personnel is to be shifted to one designated place. And in 2022, sir, in fact, in the month of May, we are about to earmark 10 acres of land in New Township, in New Shillong. But before signing of the MOU, some localities that side, they raised a strong opposition.
Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma told the Assembly today that the latest GST reforms would directly improve the lives of citizens in Meghalaya while easing compliance for businesses. Making a suo motu statement, he called the decision of the 56th GST Council, chaired by Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, a landmark step in India's tax regime. The Chief Minister explained that the Council had abolished the 12% and 28% slabs, replacing them with 2 rates of 5% and 18% along with a 40% slab for luxury goods. He said the new structure would come into force on September 22, 2025.
These reforms are aimed at improving the lives of the common man and ensuring ease of doing business for all, including small traders and businessmen. This rationalization has abolished the 12% and 28% tax slabs and introduced a two-tier tax structure with rates of 5% and 18%, along with a new 40% slab for sin and luxury goods. The new slab structure will come into effect from September 22nd, 2025.
Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma today clarified that the state government has no intention of taking over deficit schools or discontinuing the grant and aid support currently extended to them. He stressed that the proposed Meghalaya education grant is still under discussion and will be fine-tuned based on feedback from stakeholders. Earlier, Education Minister Rakam A. Sangma informed the House that Meghalaya has 3,361 deficit lower primary schools, 881 deficit upper primary schools, 2,363 deficit secondary schools, and 186 deficit higher secondary schools.
Discussion. The option of the MEG is also put up for feedback and information from the schools. What do you think about this? Please tell us. If education can be streamlined and lesser groups and categories can be created, sir, it is beneficial for the education sector as a whole. But in the complexity of the education sector, it is not an easy task. We have no intention to bulldoze, sir. No intention to bulldoze, no intention to go and just simply take over all the schools, no intention to stop deficit pattern, no, sir. But since demands have come, it is the duty of the department and the government to examine, to explore, to discuss, and that is what we are doing right now.
VPP Chief Ardent Milab Asayamoit criticized the Meghalaya Assembly's resolution urging the centre to implement the Inner Line Permit or ILP, calling it a political ploy by successful governments. He argued that ILP implementation doesn't require a resolution, as Meghalaya is already covered under the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873. Raising concerns over rising infiltration, he accused the state of failing to protect indigenous interests.
This is just a political game, I'm telling you. I've been saying this and I will continue to say. The manner in which resolution was adopted in the House, is an indicative of the fact that the government was not serious at all. Had the state government really wished to implement ILP, they could have done it easily without, passing that resolution or adopting that resolution on the floor of the House. Meghalaya is already included in the preamble of that act. It's been covered already. So Meghalaya just need to issue a notification. So I've been saying this is just an attempt to throw the ball to the center so that they will not be blamed.
Dadengri MLA Rupa Marak has urged the state government to take immediate steps to make the Baljak airport in Garo Hills operational, expressing disappointment over the lack of progress despite an MOU signed with the Airports Authority of India. The MLA reiterated the need for better infrastructure and connectivity in the region and called on the state authorities to treat the matter with urgency.
Lots of work is going on, and expansion is also going on, and it has been made functional, and it's functioning. But Baljak Airport is a completely abandoned project, I would say. This year, an MOU has been signed with the Airport Authority of India, but I don't know whether it will actually take off or not, because not even a single piece of work has been done. And the government has given the assurance that it will be functional by April 2026. See, this airport has been in a poor state. It has been abandoned for 8 long years. It was inaugurated by President of India herself.
A meeting between the state government's subcommittee and Garo Hills Autonomous District Council leaders was held on Thursday at Tura Circuit House to address ongoing financial and administrative issues at the council. Chaired by West Garo Hills DC Vibhor Agarwal, the committee discussed a possible bailout package, long-term reforms and the proposal to appoint a principal secretary to manage salary disbursement. This meeting marks the start of a wider consultation process with further talks planned with MDCs and council staff.
So the terms of reference, number one is to see if the state government has proposed a sort of a bailout package to help the council in tiding over this particular issue. And this is of course a temporary measure that the state government has decided to see the acceptance of the council for this particular measure. Next is to ensure that long-term reforms are there in terms of financial reforms, the service rules, the procurement rules, etc., which can ensure a long-term financial stability in as well as the administrative stability in the council also.
The State Cabinet has accepted the Independent Inquiry Committee's report into allegations surrounding procurement, AT&C losses and human resource management of MECL and its 3 subsidiaries. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma said the Cabinet directed the Power Department to ensure that all steps are taken to implement the recommendations and announced that the report will be made public on the official website in the coming days. The Cabinet also cleared amendments to the Meghalaya Electronics Processes, Issuance Service and Execution Rules 2025 and approved the appointment of Chief Secretary D.P. Walang as Chairman of the Meghalaya State Food Commission after his retirement.
To inquire into allegations and to record findings and make recommendations concerning the procurement, AT&C losses and human resource management of MECL and its 3 subsidiary companies. Other departments and the MECL and others having gone through all the aspects of this inquiry, it was presented to the Cabinet today and the Cabinet has accepted this report. And after accepting this report, it has given instructions to the Power Department to ensure that all steps are taken to implement the different suggestions that have been made by this inquiry committee and also to make this inquiry committee report public.
The All Meghalaya Upper Primary and Secondary Deficit Pattern School Teachers Association organized a felicitation program at the State Convention Centre, Shillong, to recognize the Government of Meghalaya's sustained support to the education sector. The event also underscored decades-old challenges in the sector, including issues inherited over 30-plus years, and celebrated the collaboration between teachers and the government in addressing them. Addressing the gathering as the chief guest, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma emphasized that programs such as the Meghalaya Education Grant are aimed not merely to improve pass percentages, but to nurture responsible citizens.
It is our responsibility now to ensure that we are able to create better citizens, more responsible citizens for our country. That's really what our ultimate goal is. We're doing a lot of things for education, but we want the quality of education to go up. It's not just about the pass percentage, with due respect. Yes, we want pass percentage because that was something we were concerned about. I was concerned about. But that is only half the way forward. There is a long journey ahead of us. Because at the end of the day, it's not about just the pass percentage, but it's about the quality of the education and the quality of the human being that comes out of our schools once they pass out of the schools. So all of this is our responsibility.
A tragic road accident at Rindang on Thursday claimed the life of a 35-year-old man. The incident occurred at around 4:15 p.m. when the victim was found lying on the road with severe head injuries and excessive bleeding. The deceased, identified as Dinestone Wardri and resident of Pinthorba, was riding a two-wheeler. Preliminary investigation indicates that he may have been struck by another vehicle, which subsequently fled the scene. Abhilasha 2025, a two-day career guidance program for students, was inaugurated by Rebhoy DC Abhilash Baranwal, inaugurated at Rebhoy College yesterday. Organized by IIT Guwahati's Design Innovation Center in collaboration with the DC's office, the event aimed to inspire students to explore creative career options. The program saw participation from hundreds of students across 20 schools in the district.
basic objective of this particular program is to sensitize students about the design education and the career opportunities in design field. So as you know, this design program has been offered by different IITs.
But through this program today, we learned how we students can have a different approach to enter into these IIT or IIMs. They also informed us that you don't need to go to all these after your BA or BSc or anything like that, but you can go directly after the 12th for IIT or IIM.
Today I have learned about different interests like CAD, which is very important for our future. Different courses about IIT. I would like to thank the entire team for this program. It helped me a lot.
Awareness program, I learned a lot of things that are helpful to us students in choosing their options of how to choose the careers.
The Meghalaya Commercial Trucks Owners and Drivers Association marked a significant milestone with the inauguration of its district office at Bernihart, Riboy. The new office is expected to strengthen the association's functioning and provide dedicated support to truck owners and drivers. Addressing the gathering, President Moskalandar Marngar said the establishment of the office at Bernihart, a crucial border point with Assam, would enable the association to deal more effectively with issues faced by truckers, especially during night operations. A look at the weather report. In Tura, the minimum temperature stands at 23 degrees Celsius with maximum temperature at 29 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 81% and the rainfall recorded was 5.6 millimeters. Moving on to Shillong, the minimum temperature stands at 19 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature at 23 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 91% and the rainfall recorded was 13.3 millimeters. Lastly, in Jowai, the minimum temperature stands at 19 degrees Celsius, the maximum temperature at 23 degrees Celsius, the relative humidity is 92% and the rainfall recorded was 6.3 millimeters. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jowai says heavy rain and thunder showers likely to occur at most places. Before we conclude, a quick look at the headlines once again. Limison D. Sangma elected as Deputy Speaker of Meghalaya Legislative Assembly unopposed. Government's proposal to relocate 4 CRPF camps faces opposition from local Dorbashnos. Amid confusion over Meghalaya Education Grant, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma says government has no intention to take over deficit schools. And government begins talks on GHADC reforms, considers bailout package. Dear viewers, with that we come to the end of the news bulletin. For more updates, join us tomorrow at the same time, same channel. Until then, good night.
গতিকে তামুলপুৰ মই এটা সমষ্টিত কোৱা নাই, 5টা সমষ্টিয়ে বহুত ভালকে আগবাঢ়ি আছে আৰু 22 তাৰিখত যিটো নিৰ্বাচন হ'ব, মোৰ এনেকুৱা লাগিছে যে 5টা সমষ্টিয়ে UPPLৰ খাতাত আহি যাব।
বিটিসি নিৰ্বাচনৰ উদ্দেশ্যে প্ৰস্তুত কৰি উলিওৱা সংকল্প পত্ৰখন আজি আনুষ্ঠানিকভাৱে মন্ত্ৰী ৰঞ্জিত কুমাৰ দাসে উন্মোচন কৰে।